A loyal and meritorious general was betrayed and executed with the most brutal punishment. His body slashed 1,000 times until he died. His entire family was slaughtered, and only his young son survived. What would you do if you were this child? The tragic story of this general is a true story set during the late Ming Dynasty, and renowned novelist Jin Yong, author of the legendary Condor Hero trilogy, turned this dramatic tale into a novel. Jin Yong imagined, what if his son had survived and grown into a great warrior? This novel was adapted into a film by renowned director Chang Cheh of Shaw Brothers Studio. So, prepare yourselves for a story about a young man who inherits two things: the burden of revenge for his unjustly executed father and the mysterious legacy of a legendary warrior known as the Golden Snake Gentleman. Let's begin. The film opens with a tragic historical narrative. At the end of the Ming Dynasty, General Yuan Chong Huan, serving as Minister of War, leads the army against the Qing invasion. He repeatedly defeats the enemy, but some jealous officials use various tricks to frame him. The Chongzhen Emperor fell for this trap and sentenced Yuan Chong Huan to the cruelest form of death, Ling Qi, 1,000 cuts. When the government arrested his family, a loyal servant named Mute rescued Yuan's young son and took him to Mount Hua. On Mount Hua, they met Master Mu Renqing, the leader of the Huashan sect, nicknamed the Sword God. Master Mu sympathized with General Yuan Chong Huan's plight and accepted his son, Yuan Chengzhi, as his disciple. Yuan Chengzhi grew into an intelligent and virtuous young man. He had mastered the Huashan martial arts. His uncle master, Mu Song, reported that Yuan had mastered various skills, including swordsmanship, lightness, and secret weapons. Master Mu and Mu Song planned to descend the mountain to attend a gathering with their friends in the martial arts world to raise funds for the famine in Shanxi. Before leaving, Master Mu gave Yuan Chengzhi important advice about the 12 great rules of the Huashan sect, which forbid such things as indiscriminate killing, disrespecting elders, disregarding right and wrong, associating with criminals, and more. One day, Yuan Chengzhi discovered a mysterious cave. Inside, he found a skeleton with an inscription on the wall that read, "The treasures in this cave are given to those who are fated. Whoever enters my gate, if disaster strikes, blame no one. Golden Snake Gentleman, Sha Shuyi." Yuan decided to bury the corpse respectfully. After burying the skeleton, he found an iron box with instructions stating that only those who sincerely buried the body could open it. Yuan was instructed to dig 3 feet deeper to protect the body from disturbance. After following the instructions, Yuan found a second iron box containing a warning about poisonous traps for the greedy, as well as a treasure map and the Golden Snake Manual, a high-level martial art. Meanwhile, 2 young men from the Wen clan, a nephew and an uncle, come searching for the Golden Snake criminal in the same cave. They explain that 18 years ago, their family had been searching for this person and had not found him. It was said that the Golden Snake's tendons had been severed by the Wen family, leaving him a helpless commoner. They find an iron box and try to open it, but fail to read the instructions properly. The younger man tries to open the box and falls into a trap. A poisoned arrow hits him and he dies. His older uncle, despite knowing there's a trap, carefully opens the second box, but is poisoned by the scripture he was reading and dies as well. After discovering the Golden Snake Manual, Yuan Chengzhi began to study it carefully. However, he noticed something strange. The martial arts within the manual seemed incomplete. He carefully examined it and eventually discovered that there was a hidden passage within the inner layers of the manual. There was also a treasure map with a shocking message. The message instructed whoever found this treasure to go to Xiliang, Kuzhou, in Zhejiang province to find a woman named Wen Yi and to give her 100,000 taels of gold, an astonishing sum. Yuan leaves a letter for his teacher and descends the mountain carrying the treasure map, the golden snake sword, and the poisoned dart. In a tavern in Zhejiang, Yuan witnesses a young man being attacked by the Long Yu Bang gang, who accuse him of stealing 2,000 taels of gold. The gang leader insults the young man's family, calling him an illegitimate child. Yuan prevents the assassination by fighting the gang leader. Although Yuan is defeated, the gang leader respects Yuan's courage and leaves. The young man tried to give him half his gold as thanks, but Yuan refused. He hadn't helped for the money. The young man left, leaving the gold on the table. Yuan, seeing this, chased after the young man to return it. Arriving in Quozhou, Yuan found the Wen residence surrounded by an angry mob. The Wen family had beaten an old man and his family who were pleading for a lease extension on the land. Yuan accidentally saved Wen Zheng, the Wen family's son, from the mob and was invited into the house. There, he was surprised to meet the young man he had helped at the tavern. The young man turned out to be Wen Qingqing, the daughter of the Wen family. Yuan hadn't realized that this young man was actually a woman disguised as a man. Yuan returned the gold. Wen Zhengming and Wen Qingqing forced Yuan to stay overnight. That night, Qingqing played the flute beautifully. She revealed a painful secret. Her mother had been abused by her family as a girl, because she had given birth to Qingqing as an illegitimate child without a father. People constantly insulted her. Wen Zhengming appeared and reprimanded her for talking so much in the middle of the night. Qingqing, enraged by the reprimand, told him to leave. Qingqing explains to Yuan that Wen Zhengming is not her biological brother, but rather her cousin. Yuan realizes there is a disconnect within the extended family. Yuan sincerely states that it is not Qingqing or her mother's fault that their family has been hostile, and promises to return as a true friend. They vowed to become sworn brothers, with Qingqing calling Yuan Big Brother. The next morning, the Long Yu Bang gang brings 3 Huashan sect disciples to demand their gold. One of the Huashan women brutally cuts off the arm of a Wen family member. Yuan intervened in the fight. The woman who had severed the hand, Sun, proudly declared that she was a disciple of Gui Sinshu of the Huashan sect, known as the Invincible Divine Fist in the martial arts world. They were shocked to learn that Yuan was a disciple of Master Mu Renqing, the sect leader of Huashan and Huang Zhen's junior apprentice brother. If so, Yuan was their uncle master. Yuan rebuked them for violating Huashan's rules by acting recklessly and disrespecting him as an elder. Yuan proves himself in combat. He explains every move and even corrects his opponent's defensive techniques. Yuan demonstrates that even a polite gesture like the fist greeting is a deadly combat technique. They finally acknowledge Yuan as their uncle master. Grandfather Wen and his family introduce themselves. They test Yuan in turn. Wen Nanyang with his bare hands, Wen Zhengming with a sword, Wen Feng with a spear.
不敢当。教领教，你去替正儿下来。是。
Yuan defeats them all. In the midst of the fight, Wen Yi, Qingqing's mother, the very one Yuan has been searching for, appears. Grandfather Wen intervenes, but suddenly becomes aggressive. He recognizes Yuan as using the golden snake technique. Grandfather Wen asks about the whereabouts of the golden snake gentleman, Sha Shui Yi. Yuan calmly replies that the golden snake gentleman is dead. Wen Yi fainted upon hearing the news. Qingqing also panicked upon hearing her father's death. Yuan was shocked to learn that the golden snake gentleman was Qingqing's father. That night, Qingqing invited Yuan to the garden. This time, she was dressed in women's clothing with her hair down. She was the woman she had been disguised as. Yuan met Wen Yi, who asked if Golden Snake had died a painful death. Yuan explained that he didn't know about his death. He only found and buried his body. Wen Yi wept. She had waited 18 years for Golden Snake to come and collect them, but now he was dead. When Nanyang appeared and insulted Wen Yi with harsh words, Yuan realized that no one treated this mother and daughter as family. When Nanyang recounted his past, 20 years ago he had tried to rape a girl and was sentenced to death. Golden Snake saved him and gave him a box that only his father or uncle could open. When the box was opened, poisonous needles flew out and hit his uncle. Wen Yi defended her husband and told the full story. Long ago, the Wen family received a letter of challenge from Golden Snake. Wen Beiyang had raped and murdered Golden Snake's older sister, then murdered his entire family. Golden Snake vowed to kill 50 men and rape 10 Wen women in revenge. One by one, the Wen family members were killed. One night, Wen Yi encountered Golden Snake in the garden. Golden Snake kidnapped Wen Yi and took her to his cave abode. The injured Wen Yi was cared for by Golden Snake. Wen Yi initially refused to eat anything offered, but Golden Snake insisted on caring for him sincerely. Gradually, an unexpected feeling developed between the enemy and the victim. Golden Snake announced that tomorrow he would go kill another member of the Wen family. After killing several members of the Wen family, he was followed to his residence. A fight ensued, and Golden Snake managed to defeat his attackers. Golden Snake nearly killed Wen Yi's father several times, but forgave him at Wen Yi's request. Wen Yi, seeing the good in Golden Snake, tended his wounds, and feelings of love began to grow between enemy and victim. Golden Snake decided to give up his revenge because of Wen Yi's tears. Once his wounds healed, Golden Snake was going to take Wen Yi home, but Wen Yi said she didn't want to part with Golden Snake. Golden Snake was pleased to hear this. He explained that he possessed a treasure map left behind by the previous emperor. However, because he was focused on revenge, he never sought it. Now that he had given up his revenge, he would take Wen Yi home and find the treasure. Afterward, he would come to pick her up to live with her. Upon returning home, Wen Yi was troubled because her family looked down on her even though she had returned in a pure state. 3 months later, Golden Snake returned and they reunited. Thus, Qingqing was born. The Wen family found Golden Snake in Wen Yi's room. Her father feigned acceptance, even proposing marriage, but Wen Yi's mother gave him lotus seed soup laced with sleeping pills. Wen Yi continued her story. For over 10 years, she hadn't spoken a single word to the Wen family. She should have left this house long ago. But she was pregnant with Golden Snake's child. All she could do was wait. Hopefully, Golden Snake wouldn't die and would come to pick them up. And now, knowing that Golden Snake was dead, she no longer had any worries. She no longer feared the Wen family. Wen Qingqing firmly supported her mother. Golden Snake went out in battle, weakened, and was captured. The Wen family tortured him for the treasure map. They brutally severed his tendons in his hands and feet. Golden Snake was forced to retrieve the map, but he somehow managed to escape and never returned. Grandpa Wen challenges Yuan to the Wen family's signature 5-element array. Wen Yi begs Yuan to flee. The formation has been refined over the years and is now supported by the 8 grams array. But Yuan is undeterred. In the Great Hall, a servant brings Yuan tea. Qingqing suspects it's the same lotus seed soup that rendered the Golden Snake helpless. She immediately smashes the bowl with her hairpin. Just before the battle begins, Wang Zhen, Grandmaster Yuan's older brother, arrives with his disciples. He demands the return of the stolen gold to the disaster victims. Grandpa Wen lays out his condition. Whoever from Huashan can defeat the 5 elements formation will receive the gold back. Wang Zhen decided to fight first, so Yuan could observe his weaknesses and provide guidance from the sidelines. Yuan, who had already grasped the secrets of the formation, tried to advance using a hairpin as the weapon. He challenged Grandpa Wen to use the 8 trigrams array as well. Qingqing cheered with joy when Yuan successfully defeated the Wen family's mob. Her uncle was furious and threw a knife at Qingqing. Wen Yi, seeing this, blocked the knife with himself. The knife struck Wen Yi in the chest. Qingqing ran away crying. Breathlessly, Wen Yi asked if Golden Snake had left a message. Yuan showed her a map with the words, "Please go to Shiliang to find a woman named Wen Yi." Wen Yi's tears flowed as she was still remembered by the Golden Snake. With a weak voice, she entrusted Qingqing to Yuan and died in her daughter's arms. The mute appeared, bringing the Golden Snake sword. Yuan, furious, planned to use the Golden Snake Gentleman's Golden Snake sword to defeat the 5-element array and exact revenge. And so it is, the tragic tale of the sword stained with royal blood. A story that reminds us that revenge never ends well. It only breeds more suffering and loss. And that's it! The tragic tale of a golden sword stained with royal blood. Dark, brutal, and absolutely heartbreaking. Exactly what makes Jin Yong's storytelling so powerful. Chang Cheh delivered, the cast delivered, and if you're a fan of classic Wuxia who hasn't seen this yet, what are you waiting for? Quick ask before you go. Subscribe if you want more breakdowns of classic Wuxia and Kung Fu films. We've got plenty more where this came from. Smash that like button if this video was entertaining or you learned something new about Jin Yong's novels. Comment your pick. What film should we see next? Another film adaptation of a Jin Yong novel? Classic Wuxia films from Chang Cheh and the Shao brothers, or a modern Wuxia film with CGI and AI effects. And if you have friends who love classic Hong Kong films or are fans of martial arts movies, share this video with them. Let's keep the legacy of Wuxia cinema alive. That's all from me. Stay awesome, keep watching great cinema, and see you in the next video. Peace out.